Welcome to Divine Truth Revealed. I'm Henry, and today we are going into one of the most mysterious moments in the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 11, the Tower of Babel. A story about a city, a tower, and a decision that changed all of humanity. Because the truth is, this was not just about language, it was about power, unity, and what happens when humanity believes it no longer needs limits. There was a time when all people spoke one language, one voice, one system, one goal, and they said, "We will build a tower that reaches the heavens." But what happened next was not just confusion, it was division. And the question is, why would God divide humanity instead of allowing it to unite? The world was young, and humanity was united, not divided by language, not separated by culture. One people, one speech, one direction. And they settled in the land of Shinar. And they said to one another, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower that reaches the heavens, not just a structure, but a symbol, a declaration. We will make a name for ourselves." And they began to build, brick by brick, stone by stone, rising higher and higher toward the sky. But then, something changed. God observed the city and said, "If they are united in this, nothing they imagine will be impossible." And in a single moment, everything shifted. The language broke, words scattered, understanding collapsed. One moment, unity, the next, confusion. And the tower stopped rising, forever unfinished. Here is what most people miss. This was not about a tower. It was about human ambition without limitation. Because when humanity becomes fully unified, but without direction, there is no boundary left to check its intent. The phrase, "make a name for ourselves," is key. This was identity built on self-exaltation, not alignment, not purpose, but control. And here is the deeper truth. Unity is powerful, but unity without grounding becomes dangerous. Because when everyone thinks the same, and no one questions the direction, collapse does not come from weakness, it comes from momentum. So God did not destroy humanity, He disrupted its trajectory before it reached a point of irreversible distortion. And language was the reset point, because language is how reality is shared, and once language splits, so does power. Because this is not just Babel, this is modern civilization. Today, humanity is more connected than ever. Technology, social media, global communication, instant translation. It feels like we are rebuilding Babel again, but faster and higher. And once again, the goal is unity, but often without alignment, without direction, without grounding. Think about social media for a moment. Billions of voices, all speaking at once, all shaping perception, all building influence. But not always building truth, not always building wisdom, sometimes just building noise. Or think about artificial intelligence, a unified system of intelligence, growing faster than any one mind can fully track, powerful, expansive, accelerating. But the same question returns, what direction is it going? Because Babel was not stopped by lack of ability, it was stopped by lack of alignment. And the warning is simple. When expansion outruns wisdom, confusion becomes inevitable. This is Divine Truth Revealed, where ancient stories expose modern minds. If this message made you see humanity differently, then you are already thinking beyond the surface. Because sometimes what looks like progress is actually repetition of an ancient pattern. And the real question is not what we are building, but why we are building it. Because even towers eventually reveal the intention behind them. And intention always determines what survives.